Every day, millions of Indians board local trains, suburban coaches, and long distance rail routes, trusting that they'll reach their destination safely, even if the journey is overcrowded or chaotic. But what happens when that trust is broken? Earlier in June this year, 4 passengers fell to their deaths between Mumbai and Diva while traveling on Mumbai's local trains, which are packed far beyond their capacity. The story hardly stayed in the news cycle, but it should have sparked some deeper questions. Why do deaths like these happen so often and yet so silently? How many people are we really losing every year on the tracks? And most importantly, why don't they appear in Indian Railways official accident statistics? But before we dive deep into these questions, let's take a quick detour. If you are also a data nerd like us and are interested in seeking reliable data-driven insights, do check out Dataful. Trusted by over 20,000 registered users, it offers more than 16,000 clean, structured, and ready-to-use datasets across 50+ sectors, exclusively sourced from government and multilateral agencies. To know more, click the link in the description. Now back to the story. To understand what's going on, we need to look at who records railway deaths and how. There are two major sources. One is the National Crime Records Bureau or NCRB, which collects data on train-related deaths reported by the police across India. The other is Indian Railways, which publishes its own annual reports on accidents. Now here's where it gets interesting. Between 2014 and 2022, NCRB recorded close to 2 lakh railway-related deaths. Yes, you heard that right, 2 lakh. That includes people falling from trains, people hit while crossing tracks, electrocutions, slips, and even suicides. Let's break that down. Roughly 6 out of every 10 deaths were from people falling off trains or being hit while walking on tracks. Another 4 out of 10 came from other sources like slipping, electrocution, or suicide. And here's the part that might surprise you the most. Less than 1% of these deaths were caused by derailments, fires, or train collisions. These are the kind of accidents we generally get to see on the news, but they are a fraction of the real danger. Now let's compare this to the Indian Railways' own data. During the exact same 8-year period, the Railways reported just over 400 deaths from what it calls consequential train accidents. They are just a tiny fraction, less than 1% of what NCRB reports. Why such a huge gap? Because Indian Railways only counts a very specific set of incidents: collisions, derailments, fires, level crossing accidents, and a small bucket called miscellaneous. These are the only events classified as consequential, and they are the only ones included in the Railways public accident data. Everything else, including falls from overcrowded coaches or people struck while walking on the tracks, may not appear in the official safety figures at all. Even incidents like the stampede at New Delhi railway station during the 2025 Kumbh Mela, which left several dead, don't count. Why? Because they don't fall under derailments, collisions, or fires. So what about those 4 tragic deaths in Mumbai and Diva? They might never make it into the Indian Railways annual accident report either. Let's step back. From 2014 to 2022, NCRB says nearly 2 lakh people died in train-related incidents. Indian Railways, just over 400. Both numbers are official. Both come from the government. But what they choose to count and what they don't tells you everything. And that matters because data drives decisions. If we only count derailments, we'll only invest in preventing derailments. But the real danger lies in the everyday experiences of passengers, hanging from doors, crossing unsafe tracks, boarding overcrowded trains, commuting with zero room to move. These risks kill thousands each year, but they remain invisible in our official safety conversations. And you can't fix what you won't acknowledge. So what do you think? Should India redefine how it tracks railway safety? Should every life lost, regardless of how, be counted in official data? Or is it okay for some deaths to remain invisible? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Research for this story is powered by Dataful and Tagore.ai. To know more, click on the related links in the description.